After years of redesigns and reworks, and pushed back release dates, the minds behind the BioShock series finally released their iteration on the XCOM franchise. From a direct first-person shooter to a squad-based tactical shooter, is this the XCOM game we've been waiting for? Or just another rookie screaming, "It's game over, man, it's game over"? The Bureau, XCOM Declassified, is supposed to be a prequel to the well-received 2012 game XCOM Enemy Unknown. Taking place in 1962, you step into the dress shoes of Special Agent William Carter, working for the U.S. Bureau of Emergency Command. The game opens with Carter, tasked with delivering a mysterious briefcase. But before you can get to the destination, the base you're in is under attack by the Outsiders. That's the Bureau's name for the alien forces. After a narrow escape, you're evacuated to an underground bunker, revealed to be the base of the XCOM project, that was originally set up to coordinate the remaining US forces in the event of a Soviet invasion of the United States. And here's the last time that the plot really feels cohesive or makes much sense at all. Without giving too much away from this horrendous plot, you're stuck with a character who's largely a forgettable, angry, dark past hero with an almost Batman-like comical growl to every line his voice actor delivers.
Do you mind if I call you Will?
Yes, I do mind.
Well, I'm not calling you Agent Carter. I might be military, but I'm not that formal.
I prefer William.
Yeah, well, I prefer Nico, even if my mother insists on calling me Nicholas. There are some things that are just beyond our control.
I can see we'll be fast friends, you and I.
The plot has a single highlight of looking at how we experience gameplay as a character, but fails to deliver a solid narrative. Half the time I found myself wondering what was going on and what the cast around me was even talking about, only to find out what my main mission objective was after the mission was completed.
Getting the doctor won't do us much good if you can't get us out of here.
That's a solid copy, Carter.
Understood. First we take out the AA gun and get you back in the air. Then we find Dr. Weir and get him out of here.
The first thing you notice when loading up the Bureau is how detailed the setting actually is. The level designers went out of their way to fill every office, street, building, and alien spaceship with small details around every corner. The 1960s is a setting that's refreshing and interesting, taking a much more X-Files feel compared to the Enemy Unknown's more military setting. Some issues that'll put you out of the experience are mixed with how gear and abilities are explained. During the first mission, the US military had never encountered alien life, yet my character could magically heal his team members, and one of my squad mates could teleport in an alien turret directly into combat. This left me a bit confused. Voice acting is fairly dull, falling flat. Even your squad mates only have a few lines of personality to them, but mostly are just completely forgettable.
Get this thing going faster!
Graphical issues cropped up throughout my gameplay, with voice acting looking like it was a poorly dubbed Japanese monster flick. I also had some major texture issues, with faces looking completely distorted.
Describe precisely without a star map, but it's approximately 600 light years away from Earth, in the Cygnus constellation.
They're a long way from home.
The one area that the Bureau does shine at is combat. The combat is fun, flashy, and enjoyable. Carter has the ability to slow time and give his two squad members orders, having them flank and attack, use special abilities, all at your command. With your characters gaining experience and levels with each kill, unlocking new and interesting abilities as you progress through the single-player campaign, it gives the game a sliver of replayability. These abilities range from engineers getting to deploy mines and turrets, to support specialists deploying shields that can later be upgraded to reflect enemy bullets, to snipers getting critical shots. The Bureau has no multiplayer and no gameplay outside of the main campaign. Game controls do suffer from the one-button-does-all issue that has been seen in a lot of third-person cover shooters like Gears of War and Mass Effect, with sprinting, dropping into and out of cover, jumping over obstacles all mapped to one button. This means you're going to be slamming into cover when you want to sprint away, or dropping down into cover when you want to run. What really holds the gameplay back, though, is the horrible death system. If you or a squad member goes down, a bleed-out counter starts until you're either rallied by a squad mate or they die. If Carter dies, you restart the map at the last checkpoint, normally not too far back from where you were. But if a squad mate dies, he dies permanently, losing all his experience. This punishes the player more for if a squad member goes down than if you just wipe your entire team and lose. 90% of the time though, if a squad member went down and died, I was doomed anyway, so it didn't matter, making the squaddy permadeath system that was a much-loved feature in the past XCOM series a complete joke in this one.
This base wasn't meant to be operational for another year. We've called in every operative we had earmarked for the project, but, well, let's just say that we'll be a bit understaffed.
Between missions, you return to base to wander around and chat with the XCOM scientists and personnel.
These two are with
You have
me.
no control over running the base or base resources as an enemy unknown, and it boils down mostly to a plot device.
At least
I can use a medic!
The Bureau has some interesting and fun tactical gameplay to be had under all its issues. Mixed into a detailed setting of the 1960s, sadly, the basic story is fractured and downright missing important story elements, and utterly fails to give long-term fans of the franchise even the slightest bit of background information on 2010's Enemy Unknown. As an XCOM fan, I'm sorry this game shares the title XCOM. The Bureau, XCOM Declassified, gets a 2 out of 5.
Survive, adapt, win. Welcome to XCOM.
Let us know in the comments below, what is your favorite XCOM game? Is it the original XCOM way back in the day, or is it the newer XCOMs, like 2010s? Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel for more gaming goodness, and as always, thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.